Ah, life's a carnival, ain't it? Bright lights, laughter, a parade of masks that fool no one. But here's the twist, my friend. The real game starts when the music dies, when the crowd packs up and leaves you stranded in that cold, unforgiving silence. That's when they'll watch, eyes sharp as daggers, waiting for you to shatter like cheap glass. You feel it, don't you? That weight, pressing so deep into your chest, it makes breathing feel like a luxury. The world's good at that. Taking the sharp end of reality and shoving it right into your gut. And all those faces, the ones that once smiled at you, they're the first to gather when you're down, waiting for the punchline to your misery. But here's the thing about pain. It's a teacher with a cruel syllabus. It's the voice that whispers at 3 a.m. when the world's asleep, and your mind's wide awake, running laps around every regret, every mistake. It's the weight of loneliness sitting heavy like lead in your bones. And they, oh they, the ones who called you friend, who promised forever, they're the first to look away when the storm hits. Pathetic, ain't it? People swear loyalty until loyalty means standing in the rain without an umbrella. But you're different. You've got this fire in you, one that refuses to die out, no matter how much they try to snuff it. And that's what they're scared of. See? It's not your failures that make them nervous. It's your persistence. It's that stubborn smile that creeps across your face when you're supposed to be on your knees. So let them watch. Let them see you laugh when there's no reason left to. Let them see you smile when they expect you to break. People fear what they don't understand. And nothing's more confusing to them than someone who refuses to fall apart when the world's been rigged to make sure you do. So go ahead. Embrace the darkness they painted for you. Wear it like a second skin. They think they've beaten you when you're silent, when you don't fight back. But silence, it's the loudest scream when used right. Every scar you've got, every memory that stings like salt on a wound, is proof you're still here, breathing, walking, surviving. And if they think survival is easy, they've never danced with despair. They've never felt the kind of hunger that gnaws at your soul, making you claw at the dirt just for a taste of hope. So here's what you do. You gather every broken piece of yourself, every whispered lie, every disappointment. You hold it tight until it cuts into your palms, and you turn that pain into armor. When they ask how you're still standing, you look them dead in the eye and let that twisted grin spread across your face. 'Cause nothing terrifies them more than knowing they didn't win, that you're still here, defiant, with a smile that says, try again. I'm not done yet. Remember this, the world's filled with vultures, circling, waiting. But you're not their prey. You're the storm that scares them back to the shadows. So walk out there with your chin up, eyes forward. Let them see you smile when they expect you to break. That's the real punchline, kid. The joke's on them, and you're the one telling it. They'll try to drown you in doubt, whispering that you're not enough, that your dreams are a fool's errand. Let them. Let their words wash over you like a cold tide. Because what they don't know is that beneath the surface, you're unyielding rock, forged by the very storms they hoped would sink you. Every failure, it's a lesson. Every setback, a push forward. You're not built to shatter. You're made to withstand. When the night's at its darkest, when doubt creeps in, and the world feels like it's closing in, stand tall. Let the silence fill the spaces they left, and wear it like a crown. The broken pieces of yourself, they're mosaics that tell a story they'll never understand. And when they see you standing there, not broken, but whole in a way they can't fathom, they'll know. The joke was never on you. It was on them for thinking you'd fall. Now go on. Walk into that chaos. Smile wide. Let them see you shine. Let them witness the kind of strength they'll never have the guts to find. And remember, when they look at you with that mix of awe and confusion, laugh. Not because you're happy, but because you're unstoppable. You know what's funny? They'll call you mad for fighting a battle no one sees, for holding on when most would have let go. They'll whisper that you're broken beyond repair. But those whispers, they're the echoes of their own fears. They see in you what they're too afraid to face in themselves. Resilience, raw and untamed. So let them talk. Let them speculate, guess, and misunderstand. Your path is yours, paved by sweat, tears, and the kind of laughter that only comes from surviving what should have destroyed you. And when you walk that path, don't just walk, stride. Let your steps be a testament to the wars you've fought and won, the silent battles that shaped you when no one was watching. When dawn finally breaks and the first light spills over the horizon, let them see you standing there, tired but undefeated, scarred but proud. That's the greatest story ever told, the one that can't be written by anyone else but you. And in that moment, when they realize they were just spectators in your tale, the joke will dawn on them. They were never in control. You were. So keep going, keep smiling that wicked, knowing smile. It's not defiance, it's freedom. The freedom of someone who's walked through hell and come out with flames still dancing in their eyes. You see, the thing about chaos is that it's honest. It strips away the pretense, the lies people tell themselves to sleep at night. And when you faced it, lived it, embraced it, you realize that no one can touch you. You become untouchable, not because you're invincible, but because you've already felt the worst of what life has to offer and come out the other side. So when they throw their stones, let them. When they whisper behind your back, smile wider. Because the real trick isn't in dodging the knives they throw. It's in showing them that their blades only sharpened you. You take every hit, every slight, every doubt they cast, and you turn it into your anthem. A song of defiance that rings louder than their fear. Look, kid, this world, it's a rigged game. They deal you a hand and expect you to play by their rules. Fold when they say it's over. But you don't play their game. You write your own. And when they push, you push back harder. Not with fists, not with shouts, but with that grin, that defiance they can't bottle up or sell. They'll call you mad for it. They'll say, "Why don't you just let it go?" But letting go is for those who don't have the fight in them. You hold on. Not because you need to prove something to them, but because every breath, every stubborn step forward, it's your proof. Proof that you're more than they'll ever understand. Life isn't about winning their game. It's about knowing that win or lose, you left them stunned. When they thought they'd watch you crumble, you gave them a show they'd never forget. It's about standing there, surrounded by the ruins of what they tried to break in you, and daring them to try again. So, when the dawn creeps in, when shadows start to fade, and reality slinks back in like an unwanted guest, remember what you're made of. Let them see you, battered but unbeaten. Let them hear your laughter ripple out into the cold, because nothing is louder than the soul that refuses to be silenced. This, my friend, is how you tell the world, "I'm not done yet." And when the next storm comes, and trust me, it will, you'll be ready, not just to endure it, but to dance in the rain with a smile they'll never erase. People love to watch, don't they? They gather like moths to a flame, waiting for that final flicker, that collapse, that makes them feel bigger in their own small worlds. They think strength is never falling, never showing the cracks. But the truth, strength is in the fall and the rise. It's in the way you get up, even when your bones scream, and your mind plays a reel of every failure, every betrayal. It's the way you laugh in the face of their expectations and remind them that you're the punchline to a joke they can't even begin to tell. They want predictable. They want to see you cower, conform, bow to the weight of their judgments. But there's power in the unexpected, in the refusal to be anything but yourself, bruises and all. So wear those scars like medals, like they were forged in the fires they thought would destroy you. each one a story, a testament that says, I'm here despite you, because of you, and in spite of it all. When you walk through their world, don't walk like you owe them anything. Walk like you're the master of your own chaos, the orchestrator of the noise they can't quiet. Let them talk, let them judge, because for every step you take, they lose another piece of the power they think they hold over you. The power was never in their hands. It's always been in your spirit, in your ability to smile when they've handed you nothing but reasons to cry. So, don't play it safe. Safe is for the meek, the ones who watch from the sidelines with hearts full of envy and minds too scared to dare. You're the storm that dares to be felt, not just seen. You're the laugh in the darkness that makes them shudder. Because they can't break what doesn't fear breaking. Let them see it, that fire in your eyes that tells them they bet against the wrong soul. And when they ask, with voices tinged in disbelief, how do you do it? How do you keep going? You lean in, smile that smile that drives them mad, and say, I wasn't made to break. I was made to shatter, reform, and return stronger. See, here's the thing. They want to understand you. They want to dissect you, put labels on you, make sense of why you keep moving forward when every road they paved leads to a dead end. But they'll never get it. Because you don't just walk these streets, you own them, step by step, breath by breath. You walk like every scar is a badge and every painful memory is a verse in the song that echoes in your chest. You know what they fear most? It's not just your defiance. No. It's the day you stop needing their approval. When their opinions, their laughter, their pity slide off you like rain on steel. When you finally realize that their applause and their scorn come from the same mouths. That's when you become untouchable. And the joke? It's on them, thinking they could ever define someone who was born to rewrite the script. They'll tell you that strength is measured by how few mistakes you make, how perfect you can pretend to be. But you and I, we know that's a lie, whispered to the weak, to keep them in line. True strength? It's the courage to be broken and to build yourself back up without asking permission. It's the audacity to laugh when everything around you crumbles, to keep breathing when the air tastes like defeat and regret. You see, you don't just survive the fire. They'll watch you walk out of it, flames in your eyes, and a grin that says, This was nothing. And they'll whisper among themselves, terrified and confused, because they bet everything on your failure. That's the moment, right there, when you win. Not when you prove them wrong, but when you stop caring whether they're right or wrong at all. So when the weight presses down again, when the night feels too long, and the silence screams at you louder than the chaos ever did, Remember who you are. Remember that you're not just fighting against the world. You're fighting for the part of yourself that refuses to stay down. And that, my friend, is something no one can take from you. They can break bones, they can break hearts, but they can't break a spirit that's learned to dance in the ruins. Let them see you standing there, dust in your hair, blood on your knuckles, and that wild look in your eyes that says, I dare you to try again. Because they will try again. They always do. And every time you'll rise, not because you have to, but because that's what they don't expect. Smile, not for them, not to prove anything, but because it's who you are. The kind of person who grins at the storm, who laughs when they said you'd fall. And when they ask why you keep going, with voices dripping in disbelief, you simply tilt your head, eyes blazing, and say, I don't keep going. I start again. Stronger every time. They think you're a puzzle they can solve, a problem they can figure out and discard. But you're not just a sum of your pieces, not just a product of their expectations. You're a living contradiction, raw and real, in a world full of masks and facades. And that scares them more than anything. The idea that someone could walk through hell and come out, not just intact, but grinning. They talk about resilience as if it's a pretty thing, like it comes wrapped in ribbons and smiles. But you and I, we know better. Resilience is the blood under your nails when you've been clawing your way out of the pit they tossed you in. It's the ragged breath you draw when every part of you wants to quit. But something deeper, something primal, refuses to let you. It's the glint in your eye when they say you should give up. And you respond with a laugh that's half mad and wholly fearless. They won't get it, no matter how hard they try. Because their world is built on comfort, on the illusion that they're untouchable as long as they play it safe. But you, you don't play it safe, do you? You've danced on the edge so many times that the fall doesn't scare you anymore. What scares them is that you might pull them into that dance. Show them what it really means to be alive. To risk everything and come back stronger. Every time they see you stand back up, it shakes something in them. It forces them to confront their own cowardice, their own failure to push past the fear that keeps them in line. And that's why they'll never stop trying to bring you down. They need to prove to themselves and everyone else that nobody can survive what you've survived. That nobody can laugh in the face of the storm and come out with a story worth telling. But you're different. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause or their understanding. All you need is that voice inside you, the one that whispers when the world turns its back. Keep going. They haven't seen the best of you yet. And when that voice falters, when even it seems to fade, you dig deeper. You pull strength from the places they told you were empty, from the ashes of dreams they said were foolish. Let them watch as you walk through their doubts, their whispered predictions of your defeat. Let them stare when you refuse to play their game by their rules. Because here's the real punchline. They expect you to be like them, to break when it gets hard, to stay down when the world's fists come swinging. But you're not like them. You never were. So the next time they look at you, eyes full of questions and disbelief, don't say a word. Just smile. Let that silence speak for you. Let it echo in their minds long after you've walked away. Because deep down, they know the truth. That no matter what they throw at you, you'll always come back. And every time, you'll come back laughing. You know, they'll call you reckless. They'll say you're foolish for holding on to hope, when hope feels like a blade you're gripping with bare hands. They'll tell you that it's smarter to cut your losses, blend in, stop making waves. But you and I both know that blending in isn't living. It's just another way to die quietly, with your spirit in chains and your voice choked silent. So, let them say what they want. Let them label you as the one who doesn't know when to quit. Because the ones who break the mold, the ones who step into the fire willingly, they're the ones who carve their names into the walls of history. Not with ink, but with blood and grit, and the kind of laughter that echoes long after the crowd is gone. You've tasted defeat, haven't you? That bitter, metallic sting that clings to your tongue long after the moment has passed. You felt the cold shadow of doubt settle over you like a shroud, whispering that it's over, that you've reached the end. But here's the secret. They only win if you believe that voice. If you let it crawl into your bones and root itself there. But you're not built to crumble. You're built to take that doubt, that pain, and forge it into something they can't touch. It's in the way you pick yourself up with shaking hands and a broken grin. It's in the way you laugh, not because everything is fine, but because nothing can strip you of that defiance. They don't see it coming, do they? That moment when they think they've finally silenced you, when they think they've closed the book on your story. And that's when you rise, more alive than ever, with a look that says, "You thought this was over? You don't even know how the story begins." Remember, life isn't about surviving the storm. It's about walking out into the downpour and showing them that the rain doesn't own you. It's about looking fate dead in the eye and saying, "Do your worst. I'm still here, and I'm still laughing." So let them see you now, battered and bruised, with that grin that makes them shudder. Because every step you take, Every breath that defies their expectations chips away at the walls they built to contain you. And when those walls come crashing down, they'll realize too late that they never had a chance. And when they look at you, wide-eyed, trying to make sense of it, don't bother explaining. Just smile that smile, the one they can't unsee, and walk away. Because the biggest joke of all is that they thought you needed saving, when all along you were the one strong enough to save yourself. You see, they think they know you. They think they've seen all there is to see. But people only understand what fits neatly into their little boxes. And you, my friend, you were never made to fit in those boxes. You're the question that keeps them up at night. The itch they can't scratch. The storm that defies their forecasts. They expect you to break, to bow, to nod along, and accept their definition of strength. But they don't know that real strength isn't found in grand victories or loud triumphs. It's in the quiet moments, the nights when the world is asleep, and you're staring into the abyss with nothing but your own heartbeat to remind you that you're still alive. It's in the decision to get up when staying down would be easier. It's in the choice to keep fighting, not because you think you'll win, but because giving up just isn't in your blood. You've felt that, haven't you? The moments when everything in you screamed to stop, to let go, to just drift into the silence. But you didn't. You didn't. Because deep inside, there's a spark, a flicker, that refuses to be extinguished. That's what they don't see, what they'll never understand. They don't know that the loudest battle isn't fought with fists or shouts, but with the quiet resolve that says, "Not today, I'm not done yet." They'll try to tear you down with their doubts, their disbelief, with those looks that say, "You're wasting your time." Let them. Let them throw their stones. Because every time you get back up, every time you shake off the dirt and smile that crooked smile, you remind them that they don't hold the power. You do. They call it madness, don't they? To keep pushing when the odds are stacked against you. To smile when the pain hits harder than any punch. But what they don't realize is that madness is just another word for courage they can't fathom. It's the